Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to Season 7 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. That's right, it's finally time to start Season 7, a pretty short hiatus between Season 6 and Season 7, at least compared to the break that we had between Season 5 and 6. I'm pretty excited to get started. We're using the Direwolf20 FTB pack, of course, which means that the Direwolf20 FTB pack is now publicly available on the FTB launcher, so feel free to go and grab it. It's from Minecraft version 1.7.10, and it has a bunch of cool mods installed. We'll get into some of that in just a minute. For now, let's kick things off like usual and create a new world. I'm going to go ahead and name this world Let's Play Season 7. And we're going to go ahead and go into some more world options here. Number one, make sure to set your world type to Biomes of Plenty. Otherwise, you won't get any of those cool biomes that are made available in Biomes of Plenty. And number two, let's come up with a seed. Alright guys, I think what I'm going to use for the seed here is Season 7. Let's Play Huzzah. That's right. So we've got Season 7 Let's Play. Huzzah is a world generator type for the seed. Biomes of Plenty. Everything else looks good. Season 7 Let's Play. Let's create a new world. And cross your fingers that we get a good one. Because I have not tested this seed, so I really have no idea what I'm in for. Dun dun dun. Come on, terrain. Let's build. Here goes nothing. Oh, this doesn't look bad. This I can live with. Nice. I will absolutely take what's equivalently basically a plains biome, right? Grassland? Yeah, I'll take that. Alright, so let's get started looking around, and I will be back in a minute to tell you guys all about what mods are in the pack and kind of go through the first episode of, ooh man, look at this, a nice little cave to start mining in early on. Even some lava down there. I'll take this as a starting point any day. Alright, we'll be back in a second to kind of go over everything. Alright, I just took a little quick look around this immediate starting area just to make sure, and it looks pretty nice. It looks like we've got a nice bit of terrain to build on. We've got some IC2 rubber trees, some greatwood trees, a bunch of normal trees here. I think overall we've got pretty good stuff. What are these things? Just regular oak leaves? Nice. I like it. We are in a grove biome here. Cool. So let's get started the same way we start pretty much any world. One thing I want to make sure I do is set this guy to recipe mode so that, I'm always just, not using anything that'll cheat. So there's no way for me to steal items here, obviously. I'm just going to basically be playing legit. For those of you who might be new to the series, I play totally legit, starting off punching wood and moving on and getting as much technology and cool stuff as I can. And of course a little bit of magic too here and there. So yeah, we've got dark oak wood. That's cool. I don't think I've seen that one before. So we've got a bunch of mods here in the Direwolf20 1.7 pack that I'm going to get into the list of all the mods, what's new, what's not, etc. Pretty quickly. So let's just get a bunch of wood here and our first crafting table. Nice. But before I do that, let's talk about just in general, like what this series is about. So typically, those of you who are new to the channel might be wondering what the series is all about. I tend to like to treat my single player series slightly more as a tutorial, kind of for how to work with and play with mods. And, the multiplayer series that I have on my channel is more of pretty much like a more advanced, not necessarily too advanced, but less tutorial-ish and more kind of just playing around and having fun. So this series will definitely kind of be more an introduction to the mods. Those of you who are longtime fans of the channel, of course, will have plenty to see as well, because as soon as I've finished giving you guys the basics of how the mods work, I usually jump in and start building some pretty crazy things. And with all the new mods that I've got built into the mod pack, which I'm pretty excited about because we have a bunch of new ones, there should be lots of new options for building some really cool stuff. So with that said, let's start looking at what mods have been added to the pack this time around. So we've had mostly additions, there's been a couple removals, but I'll kind of go through and list every mod that's in the pack so that you guys have a full listing of everything that's in here. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in DW20 Pack 1.7. First mod on the list, Applied Energistics 2. And I'm kind of going alphabetical order here. So Applied Energistics, as you guys are probably familiar with, is a pretty cool mod that gives you a lot of nifty options for storage and a lot of automation options as well. Now, where was that cave that I found? I think it was over here-ish. Yeah. So Applied Energistics 2 is in there. We've also got Bibliocraft, which is a cool mod that adds a couple nifty gadgets, but mostly stuff that's built around, appearances. So there's some really cool furniture you can add in Bibliocraft, a couple nifty tool chests, and some other good stuff that's definitely a lot of fun to play with. So we'll be checking out Bibliocraft pretty soon. There's some really nice quality of life stuff too, besides the design stuff. Things like tool chests and that kind of stuff. So pretty neat mod. In addition to that, we've also got big reactors. Yeah. You guys recently saw a big reactors spotlight on my channel, or at least I kind of hope you guys did. And with that, we definitely decided, or at least I definitely decided, that big reactors was a lot of fun and a nifty way to generate a lot of power for some of the mods we're going to be using here. So big reactors I'm pretty excited to play with in a single player series, see what it kind of plays like, because it's kind of hard sometimes to figure out, how a mod is going to work or play until you actually get it and start messing around with it. So we'll see what that looks like pretty soon. So probably a good idea for me to grab another one of these crafting benches and make myself a sword real quick, because that zombie's coming my way. So yeah, big reactors, definitely a cool mod, and like I said, excited to check it out. Hey, my first armor. Cool. All right, next on the list of mods, we've got Benny's mods. Benny basically makes extra bees and extra trees and some add-ons for forestry. So obviously we're probably going to have forestry in the pack, and Benny's mods are there again. That's a crowd favorite and one that we typically have. We've also got Biomes of Plenty, which is obviously well known. It's going to add a bunch of different biome types, as we've already seen some of those, and there's some really cool ones. Now, just like in the 1.6 pack, we don't have every biome type enabled because they kind of get, a pretty large number. So we kind of, went through, picked a couple of my favorites, and, just made sure there was a good, I won't say random sampling, but a good, different bunch of biomes. If you want to go ahead and check out the config files to see what's enabled or what's disabled, you're more than welcome to do that and decide if you want to keep what we've already got or change it up. So you just have to go into the config files, and you're welcome to do that after updating the pack. So after Biomes of Plenty, we've got Blood Magic. This will be my first time doing a single player series with Blood Magic. I've obviously done it in the past in the multiplayer series, but this is my first time in a single player series really checking out Blood Magic. So I've typically, like I said, in my multiplayer series, I kind of rush through things and play a little bit more in an advanced way. So for those of you who are looking for more of an introduction to Blood Magic, or definitely just want to see how to use it, it's a very cool mod with lots of nifty gadgets and a bunch of different cool tools that we'll definitely be checking out, and that will be coming soon. Found some order. I'm really looking for some coal. What I would love to have, and I'm about to start cooking up some wood here, is some torches. Usually I find coal, but I might have to make torches the old-fashioned way until I can get in here and start mining a bit. So typically the first episode, by the way, is pretty heavy on just getting started, doing a little bit of mining, getting some basic resources up and running. And then what I usually like to do is not show too much mining on camera. I kind of feel like mining can be boring sometimes. Obviously, if I come up with a new tool or build something new that enhances my ability to mine, I will show that off a little bit. But typically, I'm not going to spend like an hour or two on camera just mining, because I kind of feel like that might not be the most entertaining thing for most people to watch. So while the first episode is mostly me just getting situated, keep in mind that future episodes will not contain much mining. But I will, of course, show up every now and then to talk about new stuff that I find underground. So let me poke around here for a minute. I'm going to see if I can't just find any coal, and then I'll come back, and if I don't find any, I'll start making charcoal, and we'll get started talking about some more. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Speak of the devil. Just found some, and I hear a creeper somewhere. That's awesome. So hopefully you guys can see this, what I'm playing with here. But ideally, let's get a little bit more of these. I already hear an Enderman. Are you kidding me? One trick I always use is whenever I'm going underground and I'm not sure if I'll be able to find my way out, which shouldn't be too much of a problem here, because it doesn't seem like this cave really goes anywhere. I was kind of hoping I found like a really nice cave system or something, but it doesn't actually seem to be that good. I'll typically keep my torches on the right. All right, like I said, let me get situated for a few minutes here, and then we'll be back to talk some more about what mods have been added. So you know what? It is just starting to get dark here, and I do have a little bit of cobblestone. So maybe if I light up this area down here, this can kind of serve as a temporary base, and I'll start building a mining cave system from here. So maybe I'll build a nifty little wall that will kind of branch out. So let's clear out a little bit of terrain here. I don't want to have any mobs. Let's make sure that mobs can't spawn in our base by using a feature of NEI. What I'm going to do, first off, clear this up so that's nice and covered. That should do. And then right through here is where I'll be able to sneak out, right? Good. And I'll put a door there eventually. But if you hit F7 on your keyboard, you should see a list of areas where mobs can spawn, represented by red squares. What that means is mobs can spawn there. If they're yellow X's, you'll see that it basically means that mobs can spawn there at night, but during the day they wouldn't be able to. So now we know for sure that mobs aren't going to spawn in our house. Let's go ahead and see about exploring this cave system a little bit more. Let's get to mining. I think that's usually where I tend to like to start, so that I can have enough cobblestone at least to build an initial house. Let's talk more about mods. So right after Blood Magic in my mod list comes Botania, another magical-based mod, and you might have already even noticed that it was here because you probably found some flowers in the world, in the overworld, as I was checking stuff out. So Botania is a neat mod. It adds a bunch of nifty magical flower-based bits of magic and tools and some really neat stuff. It's a lot of fun to play with, and we'll definitely be getting into that a little bit in the future. So as you can tell already, my mod pack is definitely a strong mix of basically magic and technology. Cool. So next on the list, a crowd favorite, one of the oldest mods in Minecraft, Buildcraft. However, I'm excited to tell you guys that version 6.1 of Buildcraft is installed in this mod pack. And if you guys haven't checked out what's all involved in version 6.1, well then I can't wait to show you some of the new updates that have come from Space Toad coming back into the modding scene and coming up with some new stuff that's been added. It's really neat. Buildcraft has had some major additions and changes to it, and I can't wait to show you guys. Nice. Next up on the list, Carpenter's Blocks. This is a cool mod. If I can bring up the list here on Carpenter's Blocks, let's see. So this adds like a bunch of angled blocks and a bunch of cool stuff. I haven't played with it too much, but it was definitely something that a lot of people were kind of requesting, and I wanted to make sure that we had some good design options. Ooh, copper. I'll take that. Copper ore is going to be useful for a handful of things. There we go. So, yeah, Carpenter's Blocks, and to go along with Carpenter's Blocks, I also have the Chisel mod. Chisel is a mod that's really focused towards decorative aspects, and as you guys probably might know, if you've seen any of my videos before ever, I'm not really good at decorating things, but I'm hoping to kind of make a little bit of a change this time around. There are slimes out here. Why are there giant slimes out here? I did not expect to see that. Cool. I see miniature Enderman. Ender minis from Ender.io. Yeah, well, I was going to tell you guys that that was in the pack, but... Ah! Oh, there was another one. I killed one and then there was another. Not good. Alright, let's head back. Luckily, the map that I have, journey map here, will go ahead and track your death point for you. Ah! Poisonous spiders. What are you doing out at night? Running away as fast as I can. Hopefully I can get down to my corpse and back inside to my slightly safe house. Ah! Sneaking inside. Maybe I can get my corpse with these ender minis still here. Okay, close the door. So what was I saying before I died? I don't even know. Let's get this thing put here, and then I want to make another mining pick, and I would really like to have a little bit more, a few more torches. There we go. That looks pretty good. I should probably also get a chest to store a bunch of junk in for the time being, so that, you know, whatever I collect I can kind of hang on to. Like ender pearls. Nice. And these things. For now, this will just kind of be an everything chest, and then as we progress, we might come up with other stuff. What I could really use right now is food. I'm going to wait until it's daytime, because there is food outside that I can go find. So, back to the list of mods, we've also got Chicken Chunks, which is a chunk loading mod. That's definitely nice. You guys are familiar with Chicken Chunks, I'm sure. And then we've got Compact Solars, which is an upgrade to Industrial Craft, lets you build some nice solar panels. And I've also got Computer Craft. Computer Craft is a mod that allows you guys to basically have computers in world and program them to do all kinds of cool stuff. Typically in my series, most people tend to not like seeing too much programming going on. So, oh, this guy can't break with a wooden pick. All right, so I haven't found any iron yet. Let's kind of work around this thing for the time being. So yeah, typically most people don't like to see too much by way of programming. So I tend not to do too much writing of programs on camera, but if I ever write something that's really cool or I'm really proud of or think it's really neat, I'll definitely usually do like a separate video where I will explain the programming. So those of you in the audience that might want to see what the programming is all about can, and those of you who don't want to see it aren't, you know, forced to watch it by a regular episode, if you will. So that's Computer Craft. We've got Ender.io, which is another new mod for the pack. Never had Ender.io before. In fact, I've never played with Ender.io or Big Reactors in any of my legit series. I do believe... Oh, there's some yellowite ore. Nice. Speaking of Big Reactors, I'll take it. So basically, in my Agrarian Sky series, I played with Big Reactors, but I really didn't use it that much, and it wasn't really a normal Let's Play series. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I've never really had Big Reactors, and I've definitely never played with Ender.io before in any legitimate scenario. So I'm really excited to check that out. That's a pretty fun mod, based on what I've used it so far. Next on the list, Ender Storage for some much cooler Ender chests. Oh, nice, some coal. That's good. Want to collect this yellowite ore whenever you can. It's useful for lots of different things. Found some ferrous ore. Don't want to mine that just yet, but I do want this coal. Next on the list, extra utilities. Recently did an updated spotlight on extra utilities. It's kind of been a staple of both my single and multiplayer series for a while now. Definitely a cool mod with lots of nifty different gadgets in it. Lots of different things you can do with extra utilities. Factorization, another technology-based mod. It has some cool power systems, and it definitely adds some cool features to the game. So excited to check out Factorization. We've got Forestry. Forestry is a cool, very cool mod that basically helps to automate anything plant-based. So trees and, wheat, that kind of stuff. And it also has everybody's favorite, which is bees. So we'll get into bees at some point in the series, don't worry. But it won't, for those of you who are not interested in bees, don't worry, I'll just warn you, I guess, when bees are coming. And then after that, we've got another new mod. This one is called Funky Locomotion. Anybody who has followed R.W. Tema, aka the author, and finally iron, thank you. I needed an iron pick for a long time now, and I finally found enough iron to get one. Cool. So R.W. Tema is the author of Extra Utilities, and he also wrote a mod called Funky Locomotion. If you've played with Red Power frames in the past, Funky Locomotion is basically an updated mod that allows frames to exist. So Funky Locomotion here has frames and some frame pushers and pullers and sliders, and it's a very welcome addition to the pack because you guys know how much I love frame style mods, and it does work with tile entities and all that cool stuff. So Funky Locomotion being here is another mod I'm super excited to have added. I'm gonna head back upstairs and start smelting some coal, I think, or some iron. So wow, we're only on the Fs. I have a lot of mods in this pack, don't I? We've got the hats mod for wearing cool hats. I can wear my Direwolf 20 hat for now. But there's a bunch of hats that you will collect from killing monsters, and those are just kind of fun mod to play around with. We've also got nuclear control for industrial craft, which will allow you to control your nuclear reactors. We'll definitely check some of those things out. Let's start smelting our coal. And yes, I'm going to smelt the coal directly. I'll start ore doubling eventually, but for now, smelting is probably kind of my best bet. Let's go outside and see if it's daytime. And if it is, I'm going to go get some food. It is. Nice. So F7 to turn off those annoying lines. And we can kind of... There we go. Cool. Make our way out of here. So I'm getting a little bit rough on food. What I could snag are these bushes right here. Blueberry bushes, or there's several kinds of bushes. These are from Natura. They are a good early food source because all you have to do is right-click on the bush and you'll collect the berries, and the berries will automatically regrow over time. And you could, if you wanted to, pick these up and plant them somewhere like back at our base, and I might even wind up doing that. And they'll kind of grow for you a little bit too, so that'll be nice. Let's snag a few of these bushes, and then we'll make sure that we have them back at our base. Cool. I thought there was another set of bushes nearby. I see a blue creeper. Another Ender IO Telecreeper. I don't like the sound of that at all. Alright, staying away from him. Let's eat these blueberries. Blueberries are really good. All the berries from Natura are great because they give you very little amount of hunger, but you can keep eating them until your saturation level is full, which is nice. And obviously they're very fast to eat. So see, even though my hunger's full, it's just going to fill up my saturation level. So that's cool. Let's head back down into our mining area and see how our stuff's turning out. And I guess I could just plant my blueberry bushes right here if I wanted to. Beautiful. Cool. All right, let's get ourselves an iron pick. For now, that's our door. And sticks. Cool. All right, back down into my mining cave I go. So we've mentioned 2 or 3 add-ons so far for Industrial Craft. So of course, Industrial Craft is in the mod pack. Industrial Craft is, again, one of the oldest mods in Minecraft. It's officially Industrial Craft 2. Iron Chest is in there, which adds a bunch of different chests. We've also got inventory tweaks and Infinibows. Infinibows is just a pretty simple mod that basically makes it so that when you have the Infinity enchant on your bow, you don't actually need an arrow in your inventory in order to do anything. Oh, did I find a nice little cave downstairs by chance? Let's see what I got down here. So next up on the list, Java, which is just a better barrel mod or something like that, and or just another barrel mod or something like that. Long story short, it's a mod that adds barrels and some really nifty, cool gadgets as well that can go into the Java barrels. So definitely a nice mod to have in the pack. We've also, and I'm just kind of poking around here, I see there's some ores that we've got. So next on the list, Journey Map, which you can see on the top right. Journey Map is cool. Hit J on your keyboard, and there's a bunch of different things that you can do. You can actually watch this in a web browser. There's a ton of things Journey Map can do. I don't even know half the things, but I know it's a really cool map mod. So I'm excited to have it in the pack, and we will be checking out some more of the advanced stuff you can do. You can obviously, as we've already seen, create waypoints. And oh, look at this. We also have dense ores in the mod pack. Forgot to mention that. Dense ores kind of adds pretty uncommon, but it's just a little bit of fun. It adds a dense ore mod type to world generation for pretty much every ore. I just want to kind of get down to Y level 10. It's probably not a good idea to do all your mining on Y level 10. Ooh, we have a dropper underground. I think this is from factorization. Yep, we just found a piece of factorization. So this dropper does belong down here. For a second, I was like, uh-oh, did I just find a block ID conflict? No, it's okay. Ooh, some aluminum ore too. That's good stuff. Grab any and all aluminum ore you can find, because aluminum's funny. You need it a lot early game for some Tinker's Construct stuff, but you don't need it as much later game. But you want to grab it while you can. All right, let's go through the mod list some more. So next mod on the list, Mine Factory Reloaded, one that you guys should be pretty familiar with. It's a nifty technology-based mod, and we'll be checking out some of the cool stuff you can do with it. Lots of automation available in Mine Factory Reloaded. Nice. Just putting away some junk before I go back to mining a little bit. I probably want my helmet on. Cool. That looks pretty tidy. I don't think I need these things on me, and I'll put this stuff away for now, as well as these. Works. Okay. We've got, in addition to Mine Factory Reloaded, let's see, Modular Power Suits. Pretty cool mod that you guys have seen me play with a lot before. Add some cool armor that you can customize and do a bunch of neat and different stuff with. We've got Morph, which is a fun mod, which I think is just a lot of fun to play with. And what else do we have here on the list? I have to scroll down because there's so many mods on the list. Mistcraft allows for creating custom dimensions and all kinds of neat customized worlds that you can play with. We've got in our list Natura, which we saw. That adds the berries that we found already and a bunch of other cool world gen stuff. Mostly world gen, some trees and some other neat stuff that belongs to Natura. Not enough items, which we've seen, right? Not enough items is the one that gives you access to recipe lists, so you can look up the recipe of items by just, opening up your inventory and hitting R here on the recipe to look it up, or U to see what it can be used in, instead of looking up the recipe for the item, just what recipes use that item. So speaking of, am I at Y level 10? I am. Nice. So let's put this maybe up here. And then I'll clear out a nice little area. There's going to be, like I said, a couple different spots you're going to want to mine because ore's pretty well distributed at this point. So what you're going to wind up seeing is a lot of, certain types of ore are more prominently found at different Y levels. So mining continuously at Y level 10 is probably not the best idea. I just wanted to build out the area and make sure I had it ready. And then I'll come back here later when I want things like gold and diamond and stuff. So not a bad mining cave to get started with. Let's see, what else do I have on the mod list? So we talked about NEI, obsidian pressure plates, open blocks. Open blocks is another one of those catch-all kind of mods. It just adds a bunch of different nifty tools and blocks and gadgets. It's, it doesn't have like a huge theme to it like some other mods do, but it definitely adds a lot of cool stuff. We've got open peripherals, which is used as a add-on for computer craft. And we've got Pneumatic Craft. Pneumatic Craft is another technology-based mod that instead of using like power and electricity, uses air pressure for a lot of things. We've got Project Red, which is a mod that replaced Red Power for the most part. It kind of is a recreation of a lot of the features of Red Power. One of the best features is its ability to create wiring and redstone. So if you guys like the redstone circuitry and wiring, Project Red is pretty much going to be ideal for you. And then we've got listed next. Let's see, let me scroll past. Even more things to scroll through. Railcraft. Yep, Railcraft has always been a staple in the Direwolf 20 pack. really expands what you can do with trains. And as a matter of fact, I want to let you guys in on a little secret talking about Railcraft. I didn't really use Railcraft all that much last season, and I was kind of disappointed in myself for that because it's such a cool mod and you can do so much cool stuff with it, but I just never really got around to doing much with it. So this season I'm going to try to use a little bit more Railcraft, and while I was thinking about like what would make Rails really cool for me, like Rails are neat, but usually my problem with Rails is you just have to spend so much time, especially if you want them to go a long distance, laying out just huge amounts of tracks. Like, short distance or even medium distance, they're okay. But for large builds, it's kind of hard to do. So I talked to Crazy Pants, the author of Ender.io, and he recently added to Ender.io, and I'm hoping it's in this version of the pack. If it's not, it'll probably be in the next version, but he added a type of track that allows carts to teleport. So if that's not here already, it will be soon, and I'm pretty excited to check that out with you guys. So teleport tracks are part of Ender.io now, and it's really neat the way it works. So anyway, enough about Railcraft. We've got Redstone Arsenal, which is a bunch of tools like pickaxes and swords and stuff, all powered by some Redstone Flux, which is a power system. We've got Steve's Carts, which again is kind of like Railcraft is upgrades all the different tracks. Steve's Carts gives you a bunch of different carts that you can make that do some really cool things, like carts that can mine for you, or carts that can lay down tracks and do all kinds of cool stuff. And I can't believe I went through this entire cave system and didn't find any more iron. So I should probably just look higher for iron, I guess. That's probably not a bad idea. We've got Tinker's Construct, which is something I'm definitely going to get in very early game. Where am I at? Like, level 20? Maybe even higher. But Tinker's Construct is a good early to middle game system for building a lot of different tools. So you can build all these customized tools out of different materials that have different properties and different mining speeds and all kinds of other good stuff. I better go make a couple more stone picks because I am out of iron. I have gold, but I don't have iron. Wow, this is a rough start, I think. Next on the list, let's see. We've got Tinker's Construct covered. We've got Thaumcraft. Thaumcraft is probably one of the more well-known and popular magic-based mods out there, and it's a lot of fun. We've got Thaumcraft. Version 4.1 was just released, or yeah, maybe it was 4.2 even. Wow, okay. So we've got a good version of Thaumcraft out there. Oh, it's nighttime, really? I was kind of hoping to get a little bit more wood, but that's all right. I'll come back. Oh, by the way, when you have a waypoint in Journey Map and you want to get rid of it, you can just go to, it's somewhere in here, waypoints, and we can just remove that. It automatically adds a waypoint wherever you die, so you can easily find your corpse again. Let's see, adding on to the list of mods, we've got Thaumic Exploration and Thaumic Tinkerer, two mods that are basically add-ons to Thaumcraft and add some features to it. So there's some new magic stuff that we can check out. I've played a little bit with those in the past. Thaumic Exploration is new to the pack. It's never been in a Direwolf 20 pack before, but we do have it on Forgecraft, and you guys have probably seen a little bit of that. We've also got Thermal Expansion, a well-known mod that's a technology mod, adds pipes and fluid transport, liquid transport, a whole energy system called Redstone Flux. We'll definitely be checking that out. We've got Thermal Foundation, which is goes kind of in hand with Thermal Expansion. And then we've got Tinker's Mechworks, which is an add-on kind of written by the same people as Tinker's Construct, but it's considered an add-on, I guess. It adds some nifty redstone kind of tools and mechanics to it. We'll check out Tinker's Mechworks in a little bit. Translocator. Wow, this is a long list of mods. I wasn't kidding. Oh, hey now. Now we're talking. Did I just find a nice cave area? Yes, I did. And I love finding areas of caves because it makes it finding ore so much easier. Nice. Ferrous ore. That's good stuff. Oh, that's a harvest level redstone. Alright, so I should stick with iron for now. Now that I've got enough iron, I could probably... But for now, we'll stick with... There we go. I'm going to collect this iron, go up and smelt it, and then I'll have another iron pick to kind of start messing with stuff. There was a dense ore vein of iron, by the way, which is awesome. They typically have... They almost act like, diamonds, sort of, but for iron. So instead of when you harvest it, you only get one, you might get multiples, like 3 or 4, I think. That's kind of what you'll get. That's the Densors. What else do we have in the mod pack besides Translocator? Twilight Forest, a good adventure mod. You guys know that one. I've played with that a lot, and it's fun to adventure through the Twilight Forest. Some of the mods make it a little bit too easy to go through the Twilight Forest, so I usually kind of like to make it a little bit more of a challenge by eliminating some of the technological aspects that we can bring there and usually bring in some other stuff. We've got Wayla installed, which is the tooltip at the top of your screen. By the way, you can turn that off by hitting the number 1 key on your keypad, or hit it again to turn it back on. And there's some options as well about exactly what information is shown. And in addition to that, we have Wayla's harvestability mod, which is the one that's telling you which tools are allowed to be used to mine things, which is, of course, kind of a nice little addition. And we've got Witchery, which is another magic-based mod that allows for some cool stuff. Witchery is definitely a little bit more of a PvP kind of mod, so it's not terribly a lot of things you can do in a single-player series with it. But we will definitely be playing with it a little bit, checking out some of the features, and, you know, messing with it a bit. Pretty much. But of course, this mod pack is intended to be used by all you guys out there playing it, and it's intended to be used on servers and a bunch of other stuff. So pretty much, long story short, I wanted to make sure that it was in the pack for those of you who are playing on servers. Oh, we got some aluminum oreberry bushes. Cool. These are bushes that actually grow aluminum nuggets. They're nice to have. Let's see, anything else down here I want to snag at the moment? I will definitely be coming back to collect a lot of the resources I haven't picked up so far, but I'm kind of just, you know, getting into early game stuff, so I need mostly iron and coal, and just to kind of get started, and of course, cobblestone to build a house out of. And I think the last mod to mention in the mod pack is wireless redstone. Wireless redstone adds exactly what it sounds like, wireless redstone. So it's a very cool mod with a lot of uses. That's pretty good for now. I'll go down there and explore in a bit, but I think I've got most of what I would want. There's some dense coal ore. You'll notice when I harvest that, it drops. It looks like 3 total pieces of coal. Nice. Some more stuff up there to collect, but a bunch of coal and a bunch of iron is not a bad way to end the first episode. So typically what I'll do between the first episode and the second is a bunch of mining. So I'm going to mine a bunch underground here off camera. We'll come back next time for episode 2, and now that we've managed to list all the mods and do some initial mining, I will come back to explain to you guys how we're going to get started. So I do have plans, basically, to have a different start than normal. In the past, you've seen me do a lot of different starts. I think this time I'm going to start in not, you know, a completely new way, but pretty new. And I think it'll be cool for you to check out. For now, this is Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed episode 1 of season 7. I also very much hope that, like me, you guys are excited for what's coming in season 7, because there's a bunch of new mods, a bunch of new features, and pretty much I'm planning to have a lot of fun this time around. All right, guys, Direwolf20 signing off. Take it easy.